We're ready. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Xanthus Gaming. We're here today in Grim Dawn, and we're going to be continuing our single-player hardcore Let's Learn, Let's Play. And I do have to apologize in advance. I don't have a webcam today. My hard drive got fried over the weekend. We ended up taking the opportunity to replace a bunch of parts in my computer. I spent most of the weekend doing upgrades, rebuilding my computer, new motherboard, new memory, new hard drive, new processor, all that good stuff. As a result, I don't have all the drivers installed and my webcam is not currently working, so at least this episode, possibly the next, there will be no webcam, but hopefully it doesn't make too big of a difference to you guys. Now, in our previous recording, the lore book that I had recorded reading out got cut out. So we'll go ahead and look at those, and then we'll get on into the game. Lore, you can click the little key, and then... There we go. Right there, I think. Oh, the little scroll does the lore. Okay. So, let's have a look at it. Inquisitor Creed's first entry. I am currently en route to the village of Burwich in order to investigate a number of strange incidents that have been reported in this area. As dusk is drawing near, the swamps of this region are said to be hazardous to travel at night. I've reluctantly taken up lodging at a small, squalid tavern in Lower Crossing. Perhaps I am wary from my hurried travels, but I feel as if there's a strange pressure and electricity in the air. It is almost akin to the still before a thunderous summer gale. But yet the sun shines and not a cloud is to be seen. Everything seems as it should, but in my gut, I feel that something terrible will soon come to pass. Yeah, he's right. Journal of Inquisitor Creed's second entry. As I was packing to resume my journey to Burwich, my assistant was urgently requested at a lodging camp in the old grove west of Devil's Crossing, where strange animal attacks have left 3 lumbermen listless and pale. Upon arriving, I received a somber greeting from the foreman, who informed me that the bidden workers had gone mad and fled the premises. They were reported to have been spoken in an unknown tongue. The foreman showed me the remains of the animals, 2 gray foxes and a hound, suffering some sort of horrific mange. Some sort of horrific mange, as they lay in a hastily dug pit behind the outhouse. The foreman told me the animals suddenly died when confronted by the workers, and a strange green vapor emanated from their remains. Shortly afterwards, the 3 lumbermen fell ill, and their mental state rapidly deteriorated. It appears that my presence in this region is most warranted. Where I read the crudely scrawled note, basically they're experimenting on the prisoners at the prison in town. Let's go ahead and look at Francis's note. Oh, I think we looked at this one already, but just in case we didn't. I am trapped here. I realize now I will die in this house. Margaret, I fear that you are already dead, and so it may not be as bad if I am shortly to join you. If by some miracle you yet live and return here to find this note, please know I am not angry with you. I've never regretted our life together, but only regret that I lost my temper and spoke unkind words when we last parted. That sucks. I hope you will not think me a coward for what I am about to do. They are already in the house. I've barricaded myself in the room, but it is only a matter of time before they break through. All I can do now is choose the manner in which I face death, and I would rather die a man than be changed into one of those horrid things, or be eaten alive. I will always love you, Francis. Sad. Harbor Master's log, Lower Crossing. Autumn fogs are appearing early this year, but traffic remains unusually high. There's a steady flow of small craft coming down from Malmouth and other townships to the northeast. Remember, Malmouth is the name of the expansion. Ashes of Malmouth, one of the expansions. Some of these boats are barely afloat, burdened with what looks like the people's every possession. These travelers, sometimes entire families, bringing with them strange tales of war and the unnatural. Bunch of hogwash, riling up soft folk. Can't complain though, keeps the docks busy. Most are westbound, trying to get as far away as they can. The lads at the docks are starting to lose their nerve. Some have talked about setting out west themselves, but I've assured them this is all nonsense and will pass. Youth are so easily caught up in the energy of the moment. Yeah, he's an idiot. Alright, Hargate's journal. Page 1. First day at my new lab. I must say, I am thrilled to get started. The days of having my nose stuck in books are over. There comes a time when studying old tombs reaches its limit. Eventually, one must set out on their own to pursue new ventures and ideas not yet considered. It is our sacred duty as scholars to leave a mark upon the world. My wife Helen and my dearest daughter, Elena, will be joining me soon at our new home. Helen has expressed concern about our little girl growing up in a laboratory so far away from other children, but I've calmed her down. Elena will have everything she requires, and Burwich is just a short boat ride away, should she ask for a playmate. Together, Helen and I are going to do something no Arcanist has ever even considered: the creation of new life. That wasn't actually in there, but it felt appropriate. The aether is a wonderful source of energy, and yet nobody stopped to ponder its effects upon organic matter. Helen's expertise in biological art should prove most valuable in this endeavor. Yeah, that won't end badly. Alright, so that's the lore we have so far. If you're here for the gameplay, let's go. Alright. Looks like I do have a quest. Nope, okay. We've already helped him. Right. They wanted us to fix the water supply, was the next part of the quest. So I gotta talk to Barnabas here. And he wants scrap. I just happen to have a bunch of scrap, so let's go ahead and give that to him. Alright.
Ages ago. They're loathsome reptiles.
Actually, we should probably hear all that, sorry.
Well, the good news is, I got the water pumping again. The only problem is, it smells like a sewer. Only about a tenfold worse. I haven't smelled something this rotten since.
Alright, since when, Barnabas?
Since I cleared out a den of slith, ages ago. They're loathsome reptiles, make their homes in swamps and dank caves. They secrete a nasty poison into the water that makes it drinkable for them, but nearly always fatal to us. I bet good iron there's a nest in that cave that fuels our pump. I'm too old for all this spelunking, so I need you to go down there and kill it.
Alright, how do I get to the cave?
This key will open the cellar in the shack behind me, right by that accursed rift gate. It connects to the bowels of the prison, which should lead you to the cave. Find the slith matriarch that's likely polluting our water supply, and the poison should clear out on its own. You do this, and all the Devil's Crossing will be honoring your name with every glass.
I'll take care of the slith. Yeah, that's it. Alrighty, well, let's go clear out that cellar, shall we? Alright, so it's right here. It's trapdoor. This quest gives you a bag, if I remember correctly, an extra bag on the side here. You may have noticed that I have these components sitting here waiting to be applied. I also have applied some components to my items that make me more powerful. I do extra fire damage thanks to Searing Ember on my shield. The swatch that I have on my shoulders gives me bleed and pierce resistance because I didn't really have much of that. So I put 3 of those on. You have to craft them with the crafting person. I did that in the Crucible. I got a Unholy Inscription as a random drop on one of my other characters on stream, so I went ahead and siphoned that over to this guy. He's going to be getting the vitality and bleeding resistance as well as offensive ability. We don't do vitality damage or vitality decay, so that's not important to us, but the offensive ability is crit hit damage, crit hit chance, and ability to hit, which is pretty important. Vitality resistance and bleeding resistance also super important. On our boots, we're waiting to apply our Mark of the Traveler, which we'll be able to do at level 20. That's going to give us extra movement speed and some health regen, which is great. On our amulet medal, we have some health and health regen. On our belt, we have some poison resistance because we didn't really have any of that, some health regen and some armor, a little bit of toughness there. And on our rings, we're waiting to apply the Soul Shard and the Mark of Illusion. Soul Shard gives us extra resistances again to vitality damage and leech resistance. It also absorbs some enemy damage from spells. And Mark of Illusion gives us defensive ability, elemental damage, and energy regen. So that's what we're looking to do there. On our weapon, we're looking to put on a Wrath Stone, which is going to give us the ability to imbue our weapons with Aether damage. Between that ability and the Wrath Stone, we will gain 100% more Aether damage, which should be crazy at level 20. And then if we find a caster offhand, we can use the Aether Steel Bolts, but we would have to be giving up the shield damage from our Vire's Might if we do that. Haven't decided for sure, but I did craft them up. All right, let's go ahead and kill some things. Apply our buff that gives us extra offensive ability and energy regen. Our buff that gives us damage absorption at the cost of a little bit of damage. And our buff that gives us elemental damage as well as some energy leech per second. Pretty awesome. I did go ahead and take the points out of Inferno and put them into Kaldor's Tempest so it hits a little bit harder. And then I took the points out of Resilience for now and threw one into Presence of Virtue to give myself a little bit of a buff. Okay, I think we're all caught up to speed. Let's go. Beautiful. Stuff is melting, so we can just move through stuff here pretty quick, I think. This is all low level compared to us, so we should be able to just pretty much decimate everything that we need to. Go that way. And we're just going to try to use our charge for mobility whenever we can. I want to come over this way because there's a little bit of a secret area here that I wouldn't mind making my way on over to. It's right, well, first we're going to grab that chest. But there's a little secret area right here. Hidden wall. We can go in there and find some chests. We found this on stream the other day. It's pretty cool. Alright. Two-handed weapon would be an upgrade. But we are actually using one-handeds and offhands right now. So the two-handed does add like some significant burst damage, but we could just attack fast and kill everything with one shot as it is, so no need to go overkill with a two-hander, right? It would make our charge do quite a bit of damage as we move through them, but I think we're doing just fine as far as that goes, to be honest. We can one-shot things with the Kaldor's Tempest, so not a big deal. All right, and moving on to the next floor. This is where we complete our quest in order to get our extra bag. Nice and easy. Actually some good components right there. Let's go and break in and grab that. Searing Ember, nice. Not gonna bother with the boxes. And we're gonna move down south. Here's our first elite. We can kind of burst him because we do have the spam ability, but let's just go ahead and move over here and take that out first, and then we'll come back over here and deal with him. Nice. Mighty Salvaged Armor of the Flesh Hulk. That is really good, and I think we'll use that. We'll go ahead and put this aside so that when we get the inventor later, we can remove that swatch and put it on our new armor. Or alternatively, we could go into a Crucible and switch that component around. Either way works. The inventor we won't get till we get to Burwitch, so we might end up switching in the Crucible instead, because it's going to be a little bit. I like to kind of take my time with it. I know you could go a lot faster through this, but I'm still learning the game. And my goal here is to be informative for other people who are still learning and convey what I already know. So if you guys want to tell me more that I need to know in the comments, you can. If what you're going to tell me is just go faster, I'm probably not going to do that. Because I'm still learning, and I want to make sure I'm sharing what I know. If you want to see someone who goes really, really fast, check out Maligant. He knows what he's doing. He levels super fast. It's not really what this one's about, though, guys. So hopefully you enjoy this format as well, watching someone new kind of learn the game and helping them out, that kind of thing. Hopefully that is appealing to you as well. And if not, I understand, but that's kind of how it is, you know? I wonder if there's like a stronger Aether and Fire ability we could use there. We could switch over to Onyxia's Flash Freeze, or wait, not Onyxia. It's something else. We could switch over to that Flash Freeze ability because I know that does a lot of damage, but kind of want to stick with like a Fire and Aether Fire theme. Ooh, this has Fire and Aether Fire. Nice. It also has lots of offensive ability. So I think we'll be taking that, and we'll use it, and we'll, again, just save the armor on the side so we can swap out the component later. This one has fire and Aether damage as well. Wowzer. We're just getting lucky right now, aren't we? We'll go ahead and replace the one that gives us the health regen, because while we like the health regen, I'd rather have the energy regen. All right, excellent. That one doesn't have a component, so we don't have to worry about saving it. We can sell it when we get back to town. So that elite dead, we can now cleanse the shrine and get ourselves another devotion point. Beautiful. Recipe for royal jelly extract. Cool. Helm that's not all that great. That's okay. We now know how to make royal jelly extract. Oh, yeah. Sounds good. Sounds yummy. I think that is all we need to do here. We can go back to town, L for a quick key, and back to Devil's Crossing we go. Turn in over here. Nope. I saw a star. I thought that was it. Oh, right. It's Barnabas down here.
Any luck clearing out those? Well done. What?
Alrighty. And now we have extra bag space, which I'm going to use to save my component stuff, right? Not quite level 20 yet. Once we hit level 20, though, we can put on all those other components there. She'll be fantastic. I don't think we're going to use that. I think we'll put that in our stash. Sweet. Let's real quick drop off some materials, sell that stuff. We'll just save that. We'll drop it off later. We don't need to worry about it right now. Now we need to go help out quite a few things. We need to go do quite a few things. First, let's go ahead and turn in this quest, though, to Mr. Bourbon over here.
Scouts came back with news, making our next move clear. The dead are heavily concentrated in Burwich Village to the north, past the swamps of Whitemire. There must be a reason why. Perhaps the ethereal behind these attacks is there. We can't know for sure without investigating deeper.
Okay. How can I help?
You've proven yourself quite resourceful thus far. Your ability to secure rift gates for human use could be a turning point in our situation. With all the activity around Burwich, there's bound to be a rift gate. If you can capture it, that will give us a solid foothold in the area.
Sounds good. Burwich is a good place to go. We've got a lot of stuff there, too.
Follow the road north through Whitemire. Though in the current state of things, you'll likely have to leave the road behind well before you reach the village. Keep pressing north, and you will eventually reach the outskirts of Burwich. It's surrounded by a palisade wall, so you will have to find a way inside. Once you've secured the rift gate, return to Devil's Crossing.
Alrighty, I am ready. Let's do it. That's actually going to be something we do in a little bit. We're not actually going to do it right now, but that's okay. I think we've got all the quests up there. I don't think there's any others we have to grab. There's a little lady there. Yeah, we did that. Alright, sweet. Now we need to go out and find the elites. Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to go over to a lower crossing. I didn't grab a waypoint for Burial Hill, huh? Alright, let's go over to Lower Crossing. And we'll head up towards Burial Hill. Oh, there is no waypoint for Burial Hill. Okay. This way. We'll go around here and see what we can find. It should be a cave with a monster infrequent. That's Burial Hill itself. The cave is in this trash area. We're not going to worry about that. There's an elite for a quest right there. Pharos the Rotted is one of our people we have to kill. So let's go ahead and just do that. He does leave behind an Aether pool. As you can see, it's ticking away my health, but I have enough regen that I just like healed through it. Not a big deal. That's largely thanks to components, I think. And we're just gonna keep moving this way. There is a cave in this area where you can get a item from a monster, and it also gives you a little bit of reputation. We're going to just bypass that for now. If we need reputation, we can get it in other ways later, I feel like. Not that big of a deal. I think I'm going the wrong way right now, actually. Let's go down this way. This looks like the place to be. Alright, we are looking for an elite right now. Also, these Sylth we have to kill for necklaces, so we might as well kill them. Cool. Alright, let's make our way over here to the Rift Gate. It's Whitemire's Rift Gate. Okay. So it's taken me a while to kind of get this map down a little bit. And I just kind of work my way in a circular motion around the map. Going that way, looping around and coming back. And I follow these tracks here to start to just kind of keep track of where I'm going. See what I did there? Keep track. So witty. Love me. All right. And on we move. I'm going to stop to kill these guys because I do want to try to get those necklaces where I can. I'm up to 6. Nice. I think 3 for the first quest. I think it's repeatable a couple times. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think it is. So, all right. And we're going to follow this way. There should be a named elite for our quest. It should be Julius, the Decayed, that we're coming up here on in a second. First, we're going to, again, just kill as many Slith as I can out in this area, because there's a lot of them. And it's a good way to get those necklaces. Oh, there's Julius, the Decayed. Excellent. He did drop us a shield, which showed up in our filter. I'm not really sure why it showed up in our filter. Oh, because we're still filtering for cold. Let's just filter for fire and aether now, I think. That'll be just fine. Okay, and we just kind of make our way this way. Ooh, scrap. Nice. These things might be a little harder to kill just because we're doing lots of aether damage, but it looks like the fire was enough to take it out. Sweet. A little chest in here. Some chilled steel. Nice. All right, we're back on the road here. Let's head north. Wait, am I going? I think I'm going too far north. I think I want to come back down and go over first. Yeah, because I want to stay inside of this area. Yeah, there we go. There's Milton Hart right there. Awesome, awesome. He's one of the people we need for a quest as well. He's got all kinds of goodies in here. Nothing really useful, though. We do have to grab Milton Hart's note, and we'll tell his dearly beloved that he has met an untimely death. As we work our way over here, we're going to find a hidden item and a cave that we want. Ooh, also an elite, apparently. Nice. All right. I think this is where the cave is. Yes, it does look like it. Oh, that's where the Sylth necklace people are, too. So we can turn those in. Let's go ahead and just clear out these guys first, shall we? Lokar of the Deep! Alright, enemy hero killed. Nice. He is not one of the ones we have a quest for, but that's perfectly okay. Now, is this the map? I think this is one which we have a devotion shrine in. But I think we came in the wrong entrance. I believe there's a northern entrance, which is a lot closer to the shrine. So we'll come back for that in a minute. Yeah. We'll come back for that in a minute. For now, we're going to head down this way. I'm going to turn in those necklaces to those guys while I'm right here, right? I have 6 of them, so let's just take care of that. And the necklace they give us isn't all that great. The Sylph are an unnatural creatures and poison the land itself. So it seems only fitting that we should turn their vile magic against them. Their shamans carry bone necklaces, primitive things, but they carry primal power within them. I can weave this power into something more potent for you. If you bring me a few of their necklaces and say 100 iron bits to aid us in return, I will fashion you a magical ring. What say you? Sure. Alright, and then we give him the necklaces, and he's like, yes, the draw power in these bones. And my deft old hands will weave it into something more potent yet. I don't know why he sounds pompous, he just does. I will have the finished ring for you shortly. And then he gives you a ring that gives you extra damage against beastkin, some energy regeneration, and some elemental resistance. That's actually not half bad. We already have elemental resistance on this ring and a Kaldor's Tempest boost, so I think we'll keep that. But that ring's not bad if we haven't found some good stuff in the Crucible. Can we repeat that quest? No. Okay, I've read somewhere that you could. So there must be a way to do that in the future. I buy the components and the scrap out of there whenever I can. I don't know if it's a waste of money or if I should, but I do. So, there. I don't see anything there I desperately want. Alright. Let's head up north and just kind of hug the shore here, I think. Oh, there's the Whitemire Rift there. Is this the area where the secret... This might be the area where the secret stash is. This is a guy that you find in a cave that's like, hey, I've got a secret stash. You can have it, because I'm gonna die. I think it might be over there. No, I think it's in the next area. It's in the next area. I'm almost sure. Alright, so now we make our way up north. This way. Die, cold one. Alright, into the foggy bank we go. Hi ho, hi ho. Alright, this looks like a little side area. Okay. Let's go up to the rift portal. There we go. And then I think this is where the entrance to the other side of that cave is that we bypassed earlier with the shrine. Serrated spike there, very nice. Go around and kill those guys real quick. Awesome. Alright. Take over their piles of stuff. Alright. And this should have a shrine, yes. Yes, a devotion shrine pretty close. Very nice. I have went and mapped out what I want to do for my devotion path as well. I consulted some people on Reddit and got some ideas. And I think we've got a path planned out. In worst case, we can refund some of it later. But I think I've got a pretty solid path planned out. And some defenses, got some offenses, a little bit of both, you know. Epic two-handed sword with pierce and bleed. Interesting. I don't know who I would use that on, but it's pretty cool. All right, let's go ahead and get devotion points in here. I have next on my list Red Crossroad, 5% health, and then we're going to look at Ghoul, which is going to give us some life regen and some defensive abilities. And also some life leech. Now the life leech only applies to actual physical auto attacks and to abilities that do weapon percent damage. It also gives us a % of health regeneration increase. And then there's some more life leech there as well on the Ghoulish Hunger. Now, the Kaldor's Tempest that we're using is doing main hand damage, % of that, so it should leech some health, as well as the charge is doing quite a bit of main hand damage and offhand damage as well if you have the shield, so that should give us some life back too. So theoretically, the two abilities we're using should both give us some life leech. Yep, and that's the other side of the cave, I was right. Alright, cool.